Well, it's almost Halloween, and Matthew Mungle has joined us again for a tutorial, this time covering the use of his specially formulated Xtra Hold spirit gum. Now, as the name implies, this is a specially formulated professional version of spirit gum that is designed for hand-laying hair. So in this tutorial, Matthew Mungle will explain the basic use of hand-laying hair using Xtra Hold spirit gum, and also covering how to correct mistakes when you're hand-laying hair. Now, currently with the COVID conditions, we've stopped our in-person classes, but we are considering doing some streaming classes with Matthew Mungle. If you're interested in those classes, or if you have something to say about the video, be sure to comment in the comment section and let us know if you're interested in streaming workshops.
Hi, I'm Matthew Mungle, prosthetic makeup artist. In this video, we will cover Xtra Hold spirit gum, how to use it for laying sideburns, and I'll give you a few tips also of how to use it and how to make it work for you. So the first thing with Xtra Hold spirit gum is you need to shake it up really good, because there's some additives down below that need to be incorporated into the regular spirit gum. So it's very important to shake the spirit gum extremely well before you use it. Another little tip is to have a container to put the spirit gum in so it doesn't tip over while you're using it and you don't waste a whole bottle of spirit gum and spill it on your station. So I've shook this up. I'm going to take the top off of it. I'm going to set it down. Every once in a while I put the top back on and shake it up really good so the solids don't stay at the bottom. They're suspended in the liquid. So what we're going to do is I picked out some hair that I'm going to lay on Josh, some sideburns. So what I've got here is a powder puff with no color powder on it. This is in case you get spirit gum on your fingers, you can dip it into the powder and it gets rid of the stickiness on your fingers. I learned that from an older makeup artist as I was learning my technique of laying hair. We also have a comb, a pair of scissors. It's very good to buy a nice pair of hair scissors. And this is the correct way of holding scissors, by the way. You have this little area where you can put your small pinky, and it gives you a little bit more control when you're cutting hair. And you don't just want to nelly-willy just go in to cut hair. It's not going to give your actor too much confidence in you as you're doing your hair laying. I also have a brush, which I'm going to use for the spirit gum. And I've got some 99% alcohol in a small container, which I can clean my brush every once in a while if I need to. I've got a setup towel here that I can clean my brush on if I need to. I also have a very small iron, curling iron, which I will use to curl the hair before I put it on. So first thing we're going to do is take the hair, and this is yak hair, which is a little thicker and imitates and works great for facial hair. I'm going to take that and just trim it down a little bit. Then I'm going to take my curling iron, which I've just turned on, and give the hair just a little bit of curl on the ends. Then I'm going to take my scissors again and cut the hair on the ends just to make them a little bit more manageable. Take the spirit gum, which you've already shook up, and we're going to make the sideburns down to the bottom of his ear. So I'm going to go put a layer of spirit gum onto the face where his hair would normally grow, maybe a little bit past that area. Take the spirit gum, brush it off of the brush, clean it off of the brush onto the paper towel, and then just go back and just tack the spirit gum. What that does is it gets rid of the shininess in the spirit gum before it has a chance to completely dry. I'm going to take my hair and just lay that into the spirit gum. But as I'm laying, I'm taking my index finger and pulling the hair back and pushing with my thumb on the top of the hair. That gets it onto the skin a little bit more shingle-like. In other words, it gives you a little bit more realistic look to it. And I'm just taking the scissors and pressing the ends of the hairs into the skin. And also at the same time pressing the hair into the skin. Then I'm going to take and not cut straight into the hair. I'm going to cut from below the hair like so. That will give you a beveled look of the hair. So we're going to cut that without pulling it off the skin. Then we're going to go back, make sure that's pressed into the skin. You don't want to lay too much hair, just enough hair that you can see through the hair a little bit. Then I'm going to cut the hair again. I'm going to curl the hair with the curling iron, especially the end of the hair. Give me a little bit of curl. That will help you in the end not having to curl the hair on the skin. A little bit more spirit gum onto the skin. Wiping the spirit gum off of the brush, taking the brush and just tacking that down to remove any shine from the spirit gum. Taking the hair, again pushing the index finger forward, the thumb back at the same time. That bevels the hair. And we're going to take and press the hair into the spirit gum. Very lightly. We're not pressing, we're only pressing the root of the hair into the spirit gum and not the whole hair. There we go. That shingle is done. Take and just repeat the process over and over again. Make sure you've separated the hair a little bit before you lay it and curl it. We're going to cut the hair. Then we're going to take the curling iron and curl the hair at the end. I'm also going to curl the hair at the bottom or the base of the hair, like so. Then I'm going to go back and just clean the hair up a little bit, cut the ends off. Again, repeating with the spirit gum above that area, just like so. Taking that spirit gum, cleaning the brush, tacking the spirit gum just to get the matte look of the spirit gum instead of a shininess. Going to take the scissors in my right hand again and beveling the hair as I lay it on. Very carefully, just pressing the root of the hair into the skin and not the whole hank of the hair in your hand. Then we're going to go from below and cut the hair. Okay, then we're going to repeat the process with the curling iron, curling the hair, just slightly, cutting that off, putting a little bit more spirit gum on, right up to the hairline, cleaning the brush, tacking the spirit gum, taking the hair and laying the hair into the spirit gum and pressing the root of the hair into the spirit gum with the end of the scissors. Cutting it from down below. We'll go up and finish this later. Now I'm going to take a little darker hair. See how straight the hair is there. Now just by taking your curling iron, you can curl the end of the hair and the hair itself to give it just a little bit more realism to it, so it's not so straight. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a layer of his hair, pull it up, so you have some hair down below, some hair up above. Take some spirit gum, press and put it right in that area, drying the brush, tacking that to make sure we don't have any shine to the spirit gum. While that's still up, we're going to take the scissors, hold that back. We're going to take the hair and lay just right in to that area and very carefully pull his hair over that to disguise the line of the hair. Moving the hair around with the ends of the scissors, and then we'll take and cut the hair. Now that we've done that, we're going to take the brush, clean it with alcohol, and I'm going to go around and just clean up any excess hair I don't like on the outside with a little bit of alcohol. You don't want to put too much on. You don't want to get rid of what's already there. That's pretty good right there. But we're going to take the comb and I'm going to hold my hand underneath it, and with the large tooth of the comb just kind of go through the hair and remove any of the excess hair. Like so, just very carefully. You don't want to pull too much of the hair out. And we're going to take the scissors, hold my hand under it just to get any of the excess hair off. Take the scissors and just trim the outside of the hair up a little bit. And then we're going to trim the bottom of the hair straight across. Got to make sure you control your scissors. You don't want to cut into his earlobe. Just like so. You want to trim up just a little bit of the outside of the hairs. And because we've curled the hair before we laid it on, it's already curled and you don't have to go back and curl the hair with a hot curling iron. Take a little bit more hair out of here, kind of move it around with the comb. Just press the hair into the skin a little bit. Because his hair is pretty thick anyway up here, I'm going to leave the sideburns just a little thicker. There you go. There's a sideburn. Yeah. That's lacking of hair. Let me point that out and do a little correcting. I see a little area right here that I'm not happy with. This area, this little bald area right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brush, a little alcohol, just put a little bit of alcohol in that area, and then just clean the hair up off of the skin, so I'm not doubly laying hair over that area. Just create a little area that I can lay hair in. Take a little bit of spirit gum, put just a touch of spirit gum in there, dry the brush, give me a little tack in there, take a little bit of hair that I pre-selected of the base hair, put a little curl onto it, trim it up a little bit, go in and lift the hair, put the hair into the spirit gum, lightly press just the root of the hair into it and cut that. And there's a nice repair for you. And there's a finished sideburn.
Now, as usual, all of the supplies in our videos are available on our web store. You can check the video description for links to products, in this case, the Xtra Hold Spirit Gum. You can find that on our web store along with a lot of other makeup effects supplies. And you can, of course, find those on our web store at brickintheyard.com. And as fate would have it, this video marks 15 years on YouTube. Thanks again, and be sure to like and subscribe.